think Paddy's going to beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow.
Easy.
Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's an animal.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to grapple.
This fight feels like it's writing itself, doesn't it? Ilia Topuria is about to throw down with Charles Oliveira for the vacant title. Arman Tsarukyan still needs to bounce back with a win before getting his shot. And Justin Gaethje? He's already back in the win column after a brutal knockout loss at UFC 300. Meanwhile, the Scouser has already taken out one gritty veteran and cracked the top 10. But can he do it again and break into the top 5?
This is it! That's tight! He gets it! He gets the tap! The Paddy party goes to the next level! It's going to be done! There it is! It's done! Paddy Pimblett!
Listen, Paddy's one of those guys that everybody talks shit about, and everybody wants to fight him, and everybody wants to call him out, and he keeps winning. And he looked damn good tonight. That's why he got the 200,000. I mean,
today, we've got a special promo for a potential war between Paddy Pimblett and the relentless, savage, walking highlight reel Justin Gaethje. So get comfortable and smash that like button. This one's going to be wild.
I just go there to try to win. I want to win. You know, I want to see my family happy after. I don't know what about belts and stuff like that. Because when you get in there, nothing matters except being in the moment.
Let's start with the man himself, the highlight Justin Gaethje. This guy has a resume stacked to the ceiling with killers from the very top of the food chain. He's only ever lost to the absolute elite of the lightweight division, guys who held the UFC gold. Sure, Dustin Poirier was technically an interim champ, but with 3 title fights under his belt and a recent war against the pound-for-pound #1, Poirier is the uncrowned king in many people's eyes.
Justin Gaethje is a monster. He's a monster. He's a terrifying individual. He is, I mean, in a sport that's violent, it's an inherently violent sport, he stands out as the most violent.
As for Gaethje, he's had 2 shots at the undisputed belt, first in October 2020 and again in May 2022. Both times he came up short against grappling heavy champions Khabib Nurmagomedov and Charles Oliveira. Because Gaethje, he's not here to roll on the ground, he's built for pure violence on the feet. He lives for brawls, he doesn't want to dance, he wants to swing.
I'm a violent mother. I'm the most violent lightweight on this planet, and I will prove that.
No, I mean, I'm going to blow the roof off this arena. I'm the most exciting fighter that has ever stepped in the octagon in the history of this sport. He fights the same as I do. We both fireworks from the beginning. You know, I know he's going to try to finish it first round, but he's going to turn into a wrestler real quick, talking about taking steps backwards. We'll see who's the bitch when he starts shooting for legs.
And the craziest part? He doesn't even look like a monster. No shredded six-pack, no crazy physique. But Gaethje is freakishly athletic, explosively fast, and known for legendary knockout power. Even Khabib said it, the guy hits like a truck. And let's be honest, if the Eagle says it, we believe it. On his 26 career wins, 20 have come by knockout. Some were clean, some were via leg kicks, some were just beating so brutal the ref had to step in.
He is a warrior. We were living in the wrong times, let me tell you. Me and him should have been fighting to death in a Coliseum. That's what should have happened.
Either way, this man is a weapon. His fists, his legs, it's all designed to inflict damage until you simply can't take it anymore. And eventually, you won't be able to. Gaethje always comes forward, always throws with bad intentions. After that crushing loss at UFC 300, he bounced back with another ruthless performance, once again dismantling Rafael Fiziev, just like he did the first time. So don't be surprised if we see Justin Gaethje headlining or co-headlining another big pay-per-view very soon.
See this arena, the O2? Too small, too small. Get me a stadium, get us to Anfield and we'll fill it.
Where's your head at? Because right now, Paddy Pimblett is on a mission. It looks like the Liverpool lad is gearing up to crash the top 5, right at the crossroads of a generational shift in the lightweight division. And maybe, just maybe, he wants to be the one who ushers that shift in.
I just can't wait to punch Bobby's head in and take the ranking, know what I mean? Not just get handed the ranking, take the ranking.
He already retired Michael Chandler, taking out a hardened veteran and pushing him out of the title picture for good. And now, standing in front of him is 36-year-old Justin Gaethje, a fighter who doesn't have many wars left in the tank when it comes to dealing with young, hungry lions. Let's get something straight. Paddy's not a prospect anymore. He joined the UFC in September 2021, and since then, he's done nothing but win and level up.
He's very unorthodox, he is. He's a very unorthodox fighter, and as I say, I was gonna out-weird him, and I out-weirded him.
Yeah.
The UFC brass knew what they had on their hands, an entire nation behind this kid. Massive popularity, mainstream potential, and with each fight, that hype kept growing, and still is. So they built him up carefully, gave him the right matchups to let him mature, both mentally and physically inside the octagon. And he delivered, every time.
Yeah, of course, it's a bit of redemption, but this is this sport we live in, lad. You get judged on your last performance. There's probably still people talking shit about me now, saying I couldn't finish a washed-up Tony. Know what I mean? That's the game we play, lad. The MMA fan base is very toxic, but we get on with it.
Now, at 30 years old, Paddy holds a record of 23 wins and 3 losses, riding a 9-fight win streak, with 7 of those inside the UFC and 5 finishes among them. He stopped everyone in his path except Jared Gordon and Tony Ferguson. He became the first man in 10 years to submit Bobby Green and absolutely smashed Iron Mike.
Switched it to the triangle. I know he's not getting hard off. He's gonna have to do something very, very impressive to get out of my triangle. I've done it that many times. It's like one of my favourite submissions. My legs are that big and strong now. If I put a triangle on, no one's getting out.
All the analyst talk and so-called expert takes? Yeah, they didn't age well. Paddy Pimblett has done more than enough to prove he belongs not just in the UFC, but at the top of the division.
Obviously in our sport there's a few big draws. Crash Matt, Sean O'Malley, myself, Connor, you know what I mean? They're like the main ones.
And honestly, this fight with Justin Gaethje, it just makes sense. Islam Makhachev has moved on to chase glory in the welterweight division, leaving the lightweight title up for grabs. This summer, Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria will determine who takes the crown. There was some buzz about Gaethje possibly facing Islam before the Bilal DDM fight was booked, but clearly that ship has sailed. So what are the real options now? Let Gaethje fight Sarukian or let him go toe-to-toe with Paddy the Baddie? Who's been calling out this fight non-stop?
I want Dustin, Justin, Charles, or the little posh boy Armin. Any of them 4, but out of them all. Yes, Gaethje!
And let's be real, this matchup feels inevitable. Sarukian can face the winner of Poirier versus Holloway or even run it back to Matej Gamrot. But Paddy, it's time he gets the chance to take out another legend on his climb to the top.
Abu Dhabi, October, that pay-per-view. That's when I want to fight. That's when I'll be gearing towards. And after what I've done to Chandler, I think I've finished Justin Gaethje.
So, what do you think? Should the baddie be next for the highlight? Is Paddy really ready for war with a savage like Justin Gaethje? Drop your predictions and opinions down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe so you're locked in for all the madness that's coming. And of course, smash that like button if this video hits the spot. We'll see you in the next one.
I mean, every fight you prepare for is the reason why we're such big fans of this sport is because it's so anything, anytime, you know, any shot, one shot's all it takes.
He has that it factor that I always talk about, you know, and, you know, obviously he's undefeated here in the UFC now. So if he can keep winning these key fights, this kid will be a massive superstar.